Crazy when you really think about it, the way that society has set up men to feel useless and undervalued, but the minute that a catastrophic event happens, like what's happening in North Carolina, then guess who is the first people to be there? It's men. All the trucks and all of the men that are heading over to get the electricity working, or even men with trucks that aren't even in the field that are trying to get water to Samaritans, or all of the men trying to move debris and heavy trees to save people's lives. It's interesting how social media and society paints these men as if they're useless and they're not good at anything, but the moment that people need men, I don't hear anyone fucking complaining. Like, how does it feel right now to know that you've probably talked shit about men and how shitty they are for probably half of your fucking life, and now you need men to go save your family from fucking drowning? If that's not a fucking wake-up call to the benefits and the need for men in society as human beings that play their role in biology to be the strong masculine trait that we fucking need, I don't know what else does. Okay, bye.
All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. I'm your brother Yahweh Call from GMS Orlando. And, you know, that spirit, the spirit of Isaiah 4:1, the infamous to most people, you know, Isaiah 4:1. All right, that spirit is in the air. All right, because while, you know, these women have been beguiled into thinking that they don't need a man, that they're superior to men are useless and this and that. You just got to think what type of a because there is a great humbling that's coming. You know, and so much that in that day the scriptures talk about how men are going to be made as women, and being that women are the weaker vessel, if men are going to be as women, how much more the women? And you know, being that pride is at an all-time high, again, you just got to think what type of a humbling is the Lord going to bring to this place? All right, to finally shut these people, you know, shut the pride down of these people, you know, the hardiness of these people. What is the Lord, what type of terror, what type of fear is the Lord finally going to bring to you know, shut these people up, and especially when it comes to these women? Because here it is, judgment goes out every single day. All right, and you know, like we always say here in Orlando, man, you know, judgment is not enough. You know, it's not enough. You know, so that's why more and more things are going to turn up. The Lord is going to turn up. All right, and the Lord's going to show, in particular, these women, that you in fact do need a man. All right, is I'm not going to say bad enough, but it's spiritual as it is, that the Lord has it to where, according to Isa4 science, you know, there's 14 women. The ratio between women and men is 14-1. All right. And according to a lot of these women that come out on these videos, you know, complaining and this and that about a man shortage, you know, one Evite was talking about there's a nigga shortage, you know. A lot of dudes are locked up. A lot of dudes are you know, transformers. All right, so there's already a shortage of men as it is. You know, just imagine men, you know, when it's all said and done, and the more bodies that the Lord starts to drop, because the Lord's gonna be killing a lot of these Poogies, Ray Rays. All right, that's why the scriptures say a man is gonna be more precious than fine gold in that day. All right, while all hell is breaking loose, you know, as again, man, you know, as much shit as these people talk, especially these women, you know, how much they dog men, right? Especially the men of the Lord, you know, a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? You know, because hey, and I was watching the elder from one of the elders from forgot his name, but you know, from the main camp, up north. He did a video last week going into the roughness and toughness of our forefathers, because this is the stock that we come from, you know. And, you know, the elder did a short video going into how Jacob, our forefather Jacob, how he made a pillow of rocks and used it as a pillow. Again, just a small example of the roughness and toughness of our forefathers. All right, which in today's day and age, you know, that's looked down upon. A man that's you know, actually a man. All right, because a man is supposed to have a certain oomph about him. He's supposed to have a certain dog about him. All right, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. A man's supposed to be exactly that. He's supposed to be masculine. But again, that's something that's looked down upon. But I guarantee you, all right, you know, that's the same type of man a woman in particular is going to be looking for in that day. All right, you know, a man that's rough around the edges. All right, because hey, there's going to have to be a certain spirit that's going to be a certain spirit is going to have to be on us to be able to withstand what's getting ready to come. All right, well, what is coming. All right, and even more so being in the midst of it, because the scriptures say in the destruction thou shalt laugh. All right, while people are dying of famines. And again, you know, you got to remember, this is going to be the worst time in history, and the fact that you're going to have a certain group of men that are going to have a certain spirit on them to where they're laughing. You know, you can just imagine the you know, the attraction that's going to get, you know, because hey, whether you see it or not, whether you know it or not, to you hopefully like brothers, people already see that light as it is. You know, they already see the light. Wisdom causes a man's face to shine, right? You know, hey, this is why the Lord is hardening us. You know, let me grab this real quick. Quoting a lot of precepts. Let me grab one. In Luke chapter 2. Luke chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 48. It says, and when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. When Yahushua, you know, stayed back, when you read up, you know, Yahushua was teaching, you know, the doctors, you know, people that studied the law, right? You know, they had thought something happened. You know, Joseph and Mary thought something had happened to Yahushua. You know, but all along he was, you know, he stayed back to teach, because at around this time, you know, this is when he became a young man. You know, so when you read on in verse 49, it says, and he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? So you see, that's a real rough and austere answer. All right. You know, here it is. Like I said, you know, here it is. You know, like I said, Joseph and Mary, they thought something happened to Yahushua, and you know, and they were sorrowing. And hey, Yahushua basically, hey, don't you know I'll be about my father's business? You know, that's a real manly answer. You know. And this is the type of, you know, energy, the vibration that we're coming up under, because it's going to take again, a real man, you know, to be able to withstand what's coming. All right. And make no mistake about it, you know, because dealing with this whole Isaiah 4:1 topic, especially, you know, for newer Akim, is going to be a lot more. It's going to be a whole lot more than just, you know, having all these women around and, you know, no, it's going to be a whole lot more to it than that. All right. You know, and this is why I did a video the other week going into the seats of judgment, you know, thrones of judgment. You know, we're being taught how to lead, to be leaders. All right. Because listen, like it tells you in Isaiah 4:1, you know, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. All right. Now, in that day, of course, 7 just means completion. So, you know, in that day, some brothers might have just 1 woman. Some brothers might have 7 women. Some brothers might have 100 women. You know, whatever the case may be. Again, we're being judges. You know, and a true judge, a true leader, He doesn't lead with his emotions. All right. This is why we're being numbed out. The Lord is numbing us out. All right. Because we can't make it, when you make decisions based off of your emotions, you make illogical decisions, irrational decisions. All right. So this is why we're being taught to cut off the flesh and walk in the spirit. All right. This is why, a lot of us, hey, we're put in a position to where, hey, we have to apply the spiritual discernment, have to apply wisdom. Because when it's all said and done, it's all going to pay off in that time to come. All right. Because going back to the whole Isaiah 4:1 thing, hey, one brother might have 100 women in that day when Isaiah 4:1 comes around. Hey, being a proper judge, a proper leader, that's 100 women, that's 100 personalities that you have to deal with. And I'm not even talking about the innumerable multitude that's just going to be coming up in general. The innumerable multitude consists of men, women, and children. Just talking about the women alone. For brothers that have 100 women in that day, you just so happen to have 100 women in that day. Hey, that's 100. That's 100 personalities that you're gonna have to deal with. For brothers that might have 50 women, that's 50 personalities you're gonna have to be able to deal with accordingly. 7 women, that's 7 personalities you're gonna have to deal with accordingly. So, like I said, when it comes to the whole Isaiah 4:1 topic, is going to be a whole lot more than just having all these women. All right. It's going to come with a whole lot of responsibilities, all type of personalities, responsibilities. All right. But you just, like I was saying earlier, you just got to think, man, what type of a humbling is the Lord going to bring because again, let's just go to it in Isaiah 4:1, the infamous Isaiah 4:1. A lot of women in general are going to lose salvation just off the fact that a man is able to deal with more than one woman. All right. You might have a woman, she might be completely down with the truth, but the one thing that she can't get down with is this right here. And she's going to end up losing salvation. She's going to end up being destroyed. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. That shame. All right. Which I'm not even going to get all into it, dealing with the reproach, the shame. But hey, a woman in that day, when you go into the different translations, hey, a woman, they're literally going to be fighting over a man of the Lord. Hopping over one another, grabbing onto a man of the Lord, taking hold of a man of the Lord, a woman in that day, because right now, hey, a man, he can't even look at a woman without being, called a rapist, right? But in that day, women are literally going to be raping men. All right. Now, when you go to what the grape, what it is, it just means to take hold, to seize, to grab. So, like I said, women are literally going to be raping men. Taking hold of a man, grabbing onto men, hey, the time is coming, you brothers, us brothers, Lord want to wear that number. And I say this all the time, be prepared. Women are going to be popping up at your crib, at your job, be following you in the grocery store in packs, and it's going to happen sooner than we think. It's going to catch us off guard. Especially the more and more the society goes down, man. Just be ready. All right, just be ready, because like I said, this spirit is already in the air. And the spirit is already in the air. It's already in the air. But reading on, it says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious. And the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that escape of Israel. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy, even everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem. Verse 4, it said, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment. and by the spirit of burning. And you see, because that's the point. All right. And this is specifically talking about the women. Oftentimes when the scriptures reference the daughter of Zion, it's talking about the men. All right, and oftentimes when it references the daughters of Zion, like it just mentioned here, it's specifically talking about the women. All right, but it said the daughters of Zion shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. So you see, again, like I said, you gotta think, man. You gotta imagine what type of humbling is the Lord going to bring to humble these women, because there is a great humbling coming to take place, man. There is a great humbling taking place. All right, it's going to take place. All right, and it's gonna shut everyone up. It's going to silence everyone once and for all. All these scoffers. All right, the scriptures say judgments are prepared for scorners. All right, but especially these women, like I said, like I quoted, if a man shall be as women in that day, a man, all right, how much more a woman, being that she's the weaker vessel. All right. So like I said, man, hey, just sit back and get ready to you hopefully elect Akim. All right. Because the spirit is already in the air, and before we know it, like I said, or like the Apostle Tahar said, the other week, this thing is gonna happen quicker than we think, and it's definitely gonna happen on this side. I'm gonna put that out there as well. All right, because like I told you in verse 1, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Women are gonna have to work in the kingdom. All right, so this is gonna take place on this side. It's gonna take place on this side, man. And hey, in that day, you hopefully elect Akim. You're gonna have your picking of the litter. All right, the ball is gonna be in your court. It's gonna be in our court. So just get ready. All right. That's pretty much it. Lord willing, this is edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect.